All right, let's talk about Bryce Young, a quarterback who was drafted first overall by the Carolina Panthers, traded a lot to get him. We saw him play an NFL game. We didn't get to see a ton from him, but I thought we saw some interesting things. And I think I was actually a little bit impressed with his performance. I have some notes as well and some nitpicks. I know the numbers aren't anything special, but he showed some nice things as well. So let's just get into the film and talk about what he was able to do. Let's start off with this play. This is a really good play, I thought, from Bryce Young. And these are the kind of things we kind of expect from Bryce Young, is to be able to be a lot smarter than maybe your typical rookie quarterback, where his first read is going to be what you see on the screen. That concept really designed to get a tight end open in the flat area, which is sort of outside the numbers right there, in this zone coverage. It's definitely something that can work. However, Bryce Young takes the snap and immediately looks over, and this is not open. I mean, this is not really going to get much. Maybe you could get a little bit out of it, but probably not too much out of it. Most, honestly, veteran quarterbacks take a little bit longer to realize this. Certainly, young quarterbacks almost never realize this kind of thing very quickly. It usually takes them several seconds, and that's kind of getting up to the NFL speed can often be the most difficult aspect of the game. However, as you see, Young gets over to his next read very quickly and fires very quickly. The reality is, making decisions quickly is what's going to get you to have success at the NFL level. You have to be able to make your decisions quickly. Obviously, you have to make the right decisions quickly as well, but a lot of ways that young quarterbacks really struggle and never are able to hit is when they take way too long to make their decisions. The first step is making decisions quickly, which we definitely see Bryce Young doing effectively. Like, this play is another example where this is just a good example of him, again, not playing like most rookies. I think another aspect of the game that rookies kind of struggle with is, I remember another Alabama quarterback, Tua, sort of, Ryan Fitzpatrick and him, Fitzpatrick kind of told him there's a difference between college open and NFL open. And at the NFL level, you have to figure out how to throw it to guys, not just to throw it to them, but throw it in a way where they can make a play. So like this one is a perfect example where, okay, again, on paper, you can see how this play could work out, but the corner who is deep on that side of the field is, playing press right here. So, it's not quite as open as maybe it would look on paper. And like, watch, when this play begins, the corner is kind of all over the receiver who Bryce Young wants to throw to, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can't make this throw. Again, probably not going to go for a ton of yards either way. A lot of young quarterbacks, if they decided to make this throw, would probably try to throw it over the top or maybe just try to fire it there quickly and hope that it works out, but that would be a dangerous game. Where you place the ball is very important here. And watch how Young throws it off to the side right there, which I think was a very smart play. He timed it well and made sure to throw it kind of behind his receiver a little bit, because again, you got to throw it away from the defender just as much as you have to throw it towards your receiver. And I thought that was a very just smart and well done play by Bryce Young. Now, it wasn't all positive. Let's get into some negatives. This play was a negative, although I don't know if it's actually as bad as maybe someone might think just watching it straight up. So the concept itself, again, the decision here is a pretty easy one for Bryce Young. It's a cover one blitz that the Jets are running right here. So, okay, one-on-one matchup on the outside. On this 3rd down and 5, it's a route that can get open past 5 yards. So, sure, let's see if this can work out. Bryce Young takes the snap, and he's going to, try to throw it early, throw it with anticipation, but Laviska Shenault was not turned around until a couple of yards later. I think this is the miscommunication, because for one thing, Young throws it pretty much right after the 1st down marker, whereas Shenault takes a couple of steps further deep, so I don't know whose fault it was. My guess is it was Chenault's fault, but I don't know. That it's totally possible Bryce Young didn't get it right. At the end of the day, you got to get the communication down. And whether it was Young's fault or it was Chenault's fault, you have to figure out a way to, make it just not happen altogether. So that was certainly something, again, kind of growing pains a little bit, things that you're still going to have to work out. Again, maybe Young did everything right there, but still, talk to your receiver and make sure you get on the same page. That's what has to happen. Also, something like this, what's going to happen here is this is going to be a cover one play once again. It's a one-on-one matchup on the outside, 3rd and 6. So, all right, another 3rd down situation, but this time it's a go route as opposed to, shorter route, the curl route that we saw earlier with Shenault. So, Bryce Young same thing, takes the snap, is going to look in that direction. He fires quickly in that direction. Again, even these couple of plays that I consider the negatives, he's still doing a good job of putting the ball, in the right area quickly, which is still definitely a very good thing. So, all right, there's a little bit of a window. Can Bryce Young make a tough throw? This is a tough throw. No denying it. Small window. Can he figure out a way to fit it through that tight window? Well, on this one, no. On this one, it is a misfire. That's just, there's no other way to put it. He just overthrew it. It happens. Listen, even very accurate quarterbacks miss throws. That's just the reality of the situation, and that's the world you live in. If you're a quarterback, you're not going to hit 100%. But again, if I'm evaluating how he played, this was a missed throw. It is what it is. So yeah, as a whole, was this a great performance from Bryce Young? No, I was really excited when I first saw him play the first couple of snaps. I thought were really good. Again, only saw him play a couple of series, and none of them were particularly long series. The 0 for 3 on third downs is not ideal. Something you would like to see get a little bit better. But I honestly, part of me, I think, what worries is Bryce Young going to have a tough time, in part through no fault of his own, but in part just through the Panthers don't have a great receiving core right now. They got rid of DJ Moore to get Bryce Young, and is that going to be, is that going to hurt Bryce Young to some degree? Maybe. Certainly that could be an issue, because I did think that there were some issues on third down of not getting guys particularly wide open. I showed 2 of the first third downs. The other one was a sack. So, that's certainly an issue that you hope gets resolved if you are a Carolina Panthers fan. But yeah, again, just this performance, what I like to look at, with the preseason isn't just how well did you play, but who are you and have you shown, and how does the additional information we now have, how does that sort of paint the picture of who you are now? For Bryce Young, we liked him as a very pro-ready NFL quarterback, and to me, it showed that we were kind of right to be excited about that kind of thing, that he does look very pro-ready and does seem to be a quarterback who can do some nice things like that. So for me, I definitely would say there's plenty of reason to get excited if you are a Panthers fan. Maybe it's not the craziest, most exciting performance ever, but there were some nice things. And as a whole, I would say that I am optimistic about this performance, especially how, Stroud and Richardson looked. Definitely feel a lot better if you're Bryce Young. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.